Yes, here we are. So hello, YouTube. I am Anna, your host today. As you can see, I'm not Nick. Nick is the hostess from this immersion, but she was not able to be here because she's a little bit sick. So that's the reason I'm here. I am for the first time with Heide and Raul. They are not joining Talk and Talk for the first time, but they are joining me as a host for the first time. We have Raul that is doing Talk and Talk for 2 months. Heide like 2 years. Jeff, more than 2 years, right? And me as 3 years doing Talk and Talk. So let's start in the same way that we always do with the introduction. Heide, can you start? Saying your name, your age, what you do. Your name is Heide.
Yes. Yes. Are you hearing me okay? Today I changed my headset. It's okay?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's a pleasure to be here with you, Anna, Raul, and Jefferson. Jefferson, I know. I participate in other Imersão with him. I'm Heider, 34 years old. My birthday was last week, 34. I live in Araraquara, São Paulo. Today I am living here 1 year. I was living in Guarulhos. I moved to here because I received a job opportunity, me and my fiancée, and now I live here. I work at a aerospatial company. I graduate production engineer. I am Corinthians support. I like to drink. I like to cook, and I have 2 pets, Bobby and Peludin. It's sleeping now, and that's it.
It's a dog or a cat?
2 dogs.
The dogs. Very good, very good. And you, Raul, tell me about you.
Okay, I'm Raul, I'm 28. I live in São Paulo, but I'm from Brasilia. I came to São Paulo to work. I'm here since last year, so almost 2 years now. I work with communications and marketing. And as I said, I'm here at Talk and Talk for 2 months now. And in my free time, I like to go to concerts. I like to go to theater. I like to discover new restaurants and stuff like that.
Very nice, very nice. And you, Jeff?
Good evening, guys. I'm Jefferson. I'm living in Goiânia, Goiás, the most beautiful city of Brazil, because I live here. I'm married. I have 3 dogs, 2 birds, a lot of plants. I'm an economist. I work in Catholic University of Goiás, and I like to be here to talk about professional life. I hope to have some tips from Anna.
Yeah, please, Jeff, save me. Guys, I am Anna, 28 years old, live in Juiz de Fora, Minas Gerais, a PhD student. My research is about the impact of exercise plus an education intervention in patients with diabetes. In November 9th, I will go to Toronto to make my PhD sandwich there. I will spend 10 months there, and I'm so excited and so anxious for this. But I think it will be really nice, a really nice experience. More than just a professional experience, but a life experience, because I will live alone and in a new city with people that I don't know. So let's see how it works. So let's go to the question number 2. Raul, you say that you work with marketing, right? So
Yes,
can you talk a little bit more about your professional life?
I graduated in communications studies in the University of Brasilia, my hometown, and I have an MBA in digital marketing and I've been working with this for 8 or 9 years now. Today I work as a communication analyst, a senior communication analyst in Grupo Boticário. So I basically take care of our social media, our digital presence, basically, of Fundação Grupo Boticário, which is an organization of Grupo Boticário that takes care of our nature, basically, and that's what I'm doing now. And as I said, I came to São Paulo to work, but I went to work in iFood, and last year I left iFood to go to Grupo Boticário, even though Grupo Boticário isn't a company from São Paulo, they're from Curitiba. But now I still live here because I really like the city, and that's a little bit of my professional background.
Very good, very interesting. And how about you, Heide? Tell me a little bit more about your professional life.
Of course. I'm graduate in production engineering. I always worked on shop floor in automotive companies. I started to work in automotive company in 2018. After that, I worked in other automotive companies until 2017. I worked in a Japanese company, how manufacturing operator, machine, it's usinagem. And I started my career in engineering in this period, in 2018. I worked in this company 2 years. After that, I moved to Cummins Brazil. It's a company that assembly engines. I worked there 1 year and a half. And in last year, I received the opportunity to work in Embraer. I participated a job interview, and I got this opportunity. It was my dream. I completed 1 year in Embraer in Araraquara today.
Nice.
So it's a dream that I got. I am so happy for this. I work in manufacturing engineer. I am responsible to give support for ceiling and the height of aircraft, executive, defense, and the commercial. And I'm like a lot this position. I am development a lot. I need to improve, but basically my professional life is this: starting shop floor, worked how machine operator, and since 2018 until now, I work in engineering area and working at Embraer.
Very good, very good. Hey, but what is your main soft skill that you consider that was important to achieve your position, your dream position, like in Embraer?
In Embraer now, I think communication is the so important. It's important to have a good English because, for example, I have interface, I don't know, with Saab, and Saab is a Swedish company, a company sueca. It's so important to have a good level of English. I am starting this program now, but I need a lot to improve the English and communication because we have a lot of interface with a lot of clients, and the communication in English is so important in Embraer.
Yes, very good, very good. And you, Jeff, tell me a little bit about your professional life.
I'm graduated in economics, then I did master and doctorated. I did in UNB. I'm professor for 36 years in the same university. It's Catholic University. And for me, professional life for me, it's very interesting because I have to set clear goals. I have a lot of goals in my life. As a professor, I need to write articles, to participate in meetings, participate in a lot of things, give class too, give class too. And it's important to acquire relevant skills and knowledge. I need now to study Power BI again. I was studying R language and Python, but I think I will focus on Power BI. This is very interesting for my skills and knowledge. And what else? Professional life. Network, it's very important. I participate in a meeting today, this afternoon. It's very interesting about network with a lot of guys from Brazil about researches. I have a lot of research that I participated. To be proactive, it's very important. And I try to be proactive about a lot of things, discover new resources and so on. And to finish, I'm work with a partner and business consultant too, because I teach financial for more than 5 years. Financial, I know how to operate with the stock markets and loans and a lot of things. And I'm put all these skills and knowledge to do business consultancies.
Very good, very good. But did you work with something before to be a professor?
No, only profession all my life.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Exactly what I want. Last but not least, me, I am a physiotherapist, even though I'm doing my PhD in physical education, because as a physiotherapist here in Federal University of Juiz de Fora, we don't have a doctor degree yet. So that's the reason I'm doing another, how can I say, another college like this. And yes, as a physiotherapist, I have some patients, but not a lot, because as a student, a PhD student, I need to dedicate most of the time to my research. That is really hard. Yeah, and that's it for now. I'm still a student. Yes. Raul, you say that you are working on Boticário, right? So for you, what was your main soft skill to achieve this position?
I think you would be having a global vision of my area, having a generalist profile, I would say, because in communications and marketing today, you have to have this holistic vision of everything. You can't just be a specialist in just one thing and don't look to other areas or other things because everything is related, everything's connected. So you have to have this global vision of everything. So I think this would be a skill that helped me to get to this position that I am now.
Yeah, very good, very good. So let's go to the question number 3. Do you have any more memorable moment about your professional life? Heide, what comes first in your mind when I ask about memorable moment in your professional life?
When I received the call of Embraer, was amazing. 1 year and a half ago, I am a little sad about my professional life. I don't know. I thought in this period that I needed to improve in my area, to inside in the engineering area, and I was so sad, and I did a lot of interviews in the past, and I didn't pass him, and I started to analyze the mistakes that I was committing the interview, and I received the call de Embraer, and it was a prato de comida, for example, and I did just one interview, and when my boss received me here, he said, "Hey, I just did one interview, and it was with you."
Oh my God.
Yes. When we finish our interview, I talked with the manager, and I said we found
We found our
the
guy.
right person. Yes,
God.
and to me, because I had two dreams in my life. The first was working in Braer, and the second is to live in countryside of São Paulo. I always lived in Guarulhos, and it's near to capital, and I had this dream. And when I received this call, is a memorable moment in my life, and to the complete 1 year, and I'm so happy for this.
Yes, very nice, very nice. I don't have a, yes, I have a good and memorable moment. Yes, I have. But I would like to share a memorable but a bad moment. So we have something that is memorable because it's good, but we have something that's memorable because it's really bad. And this moment that I will share with you, it's a moment that I think that I will never forget. I was like 3 weeks after I finished my graduation. So who am I 3 weeks after finished graduation, someone who have no idea about anything. And my ex-husband, he indicated me to a vacancy in a really important company here in Juiz de Fora. It's like to work on FIENG. You know this, FIENG, SESC, SENAC, this really important company that nowadays I have a little bit of idea about what they do. But in the day of the interview, I have no idea. The person called me, Anna, yes, we got your CV and we want to call you for an interview. Can you arrive in 2 hours? Yes, I can. In 2 hours. Okay, I will be there. Then I arrived and no one as a physiotherapist. Others in other vacancy, but no one as a physiotherapist. Oh, that's good. That's good. And she started me asking something about me, and it was easy. I was not nervous. But then she asked, Anna, do you know what our company do? Then I answered, I have no idea. Nice. Of course, nowadays I'm not proud to share this, but I don't know why I did it. No, I have no idea. I know that is SESC, SENAI, but I don't know the difference. And yes, I don't know. But I can learn. Blah, 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 you know. So that is something that's funny. But thanks God, I said, I have no idea because, of course, I couldn't got the position. But then I realized that, no, it's not this. I don't want to work with this. Then I did my master and my PhD, and I go to the other area. But it's a total memorable moment. And you, what's your memorable moment?
I think the most memorable moment was this life-changing when I left Brasilia and moved to São Paulo to work in iFood, because my life, it's another life now. And it was a hard moment. It was a great opportunity, but it was hard to leave my friends behind, my family, to start all over in a place. Uh, I know São Paulo, but I just came to São Paulo to Lollapalooza to see
Yeah.
a few concerts. I came 5 or 6 times before, but I didn't know São Paulo. So I was starting all over in a place I didn't know. So that was a moment, a challenging moment, the memorable moment, and I'm happy I had the courage to do it, to come here,
Yeah.
because I'm really happy with my life right now, and the opportunities that being here uh, gave to me. And I think this is the most memorable professional moment in my life when I left Brasilia to move to São Paulo.
Yes, because I think São Paulo has this the sensation of everything happens in São Paulo.
Yes, it's crazy.
Everything starts in São
It's
Paulo.
insane. Yeah, and Brasilia is really different because although Brasilia is the capital of Brazil, it seems like
A small city.
it seems like a small city. Yes, it seems like, you know, so it's pretty quiet compared to São Paulo. It's pretty organized compared to São Paulo because Brasilia is a planned city.
Yes.
So São Paulo is completely chaos compared to Brasilia,
Yes.
and that was something I felt when I came here. But I really like São Paulo. I always wanted to come to São Paulo, so I'm happy now. But it was, you know, I felt it.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. And you, Jeff, a memorable moment.
Just one.
Yes, just one.
Okay. I remember when I finished my doctorate in Brasilia. Yeah. In Brazil, I have a lot of opportunity to talk with the guys around the world in UNP. It's very interesting. You have guys from around the world. You can talk with a lot of them. Then I went to my first meeting in Tallinn, Estonia, in a Congress of Science and Technology. And I remember I'm very afraid, very scared about my English. I went alone. I spent 5 days speaking all the time in English.
Oh my God.
I committed a lot of mistakes, but I talked a lot. And I did a lot of network. I understood everything from the Congress. And for me, it's a memory, it's a memorable moment. Because Estonia was the first country in the world with technology, high technology in everything. With, for example, ID, the government, all of them, with a lot of technology and something amazing. Talking in a meeting with professionals and professors from a big university in Italy. For me, this is a memorable moment. I remember. It's very interesting because you are trying to go to Toronto, né? Now, Toronto. It's very interesting because when you finish in other environments, everything is so different. You must pay attention, you must to think in English, to think a lot of things, and new words and new behavior. But was something amazing because I talk with Japanese, with American, with people around the world in Tallinn. For me, this is a memorable moment. Just to finish, because I study a lot with my thesis about globalization, science, and technology. And can you imagine you with a lot of knowledge in your mind, in your head, and you can discuss this. And I had this
opportunity, yes.
opportunity. Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
it.
As you shared a memorable moment related to the English, I will share another one that it's smaller than yours, but it was important for me to see that, yes, I know English, because sometimes we feel insecure with our language skill, and sometimes we don't dare to go in another position because we don't feel comfortable with our skill. And I went to my first Mundial Congress, and it was not just international, but it was Mundial Congress in the cardiac rehabilitation. And I went with a poster to share, to present. And as it was a Mundial Congress, the poster was in English, and the presentation could be in English or in Portuguese. But it was in Brazil, and most of the people who was there were Brazilians, like 99%. So I discussed it with my advisor. I want to present in English, even though I know who will listen my presentation will be a Brazilian. And she says, yeah, Anna, you can do this, just to try, you know. And I got really nervous because it was not just to present a poster. They have like a competition to the best poster, and I wanted to go in a good position. And when the person who needs to listen me arrived, she asked, yeah, saying in Portuguese, hey, Anna, you can start. Then I say, okay, can I present in English? And she said, did you prepare your presentation in English? Yes, I did. But you don't prepare it yourself in Portuguese? No, I don't. I just prepared my presentation in English. Then she said, yeah, you can go. Okay, so I start my presentation. Of course, totally nervous. But in the end, she says, hey, you shocked me. But I need to confess that I need to discuss with you in Portuguese. So it was really, really, really nice, this experience, because it was, of course, my first experience talking about something really professional in English, because it's totally different. An example, I think Jeff has this experience, but you, Heide and Raul, have you ever talked about your real professional life and things related to your job in English? I don't know you, but that was my first experience, that I need to speak, to talk, and to say things loud and clear, you know?
Last month, I participated the first time in a presentation in English for a Swedish team from Saab. I needed to show some things about the development now that we are doing is a new casa. Was 5 minutes, I think 3 minutes, but I stayed so nervous. I get to show, but I don't ask you, do you have some question, because I was so nervous. But
no, don't ask me anything.
Yeah, and I've been studying English, I think, since 2017, but I needed to study more. And after that, I look for that I need to improve and study. And it is my goal to this year and the last year. I intended to start the other graduation, post-degree, but the English to me is more important than post-degree now in my position.
Yes, and it's totally different. If you ask me, Anna, can you explain a little bit more about your research? Yes, I can do. But I know that if I mention some word wrong, you will not realize. And if I do like a superficial explanation, you say, yes, it's pretty good. But if you need to talk with a person from your area, you need to go really deep, especially in the vocabulary. So that's the hard part. That's the hard part. And you, Raul, do you have some experience with English and professional life?
Only a few interviews for, s- uh, for when I was in processos seletivos. But only in interviews. That's the only moment that I needed to talk about my professional life in English. Not didn't have any other opportunity.
Very good, very good. And how that position that you are nowadays, is it your wish it in the past? Do you want to be in this position? Like it's your professional life that you work nowadays, it's your wish it in the past, the question number 4.
Yes, but at the time I didn't know that this could be a profession. So when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, a pre-teenager, I used to spend a lot of time in Orkut, in the Orkut communities. And I'm a fanboy. I'm a fan of a lot of things. I'm a fan of a lot of bands, artists, series, and I spent my free time when I was a teenager uh, leading projects about these things I was a fan in social media, in Orkut at that time, Fotolog. I had fan sites and stuff like that. So my mom always yell at me, get out of the computer. You're spending a lot of time on this. And you see, now this gave me a profession. But I didn't know that time that it could be a profession. I I always liked social media, internet, technology, and stuff like that. And that's why I choose to study communications, to work with marketing. So in a certain way, yes, it's something that I wished in the past, because
Yes.
I always liked this universe, and I always liked this communication universe. So in a certain way, yes. But when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a MTV VJ. I wanted to have a show in TV to present video clips and stuff like that. But it's related to
Yes.
this universe. So yes, I can say that yes.
But now you make me curious. When did you realize that, yes, I like to stay on social media and watch videos and stay in the computer? Yes, I think it can be my profession.
When I decided to study communication, it was because I always liked this kind of stuff, TV, music, and I wanted to be like a journalist, to have the possibility to work on TV or something like that. So in the first moment, it was more this motivation, but when I went deeper on the possibilities of this market, I could use my skills. Like I learned how to use the Photoshop when I was a kid, alone by myself, because I like to make arts to the Orkut communities I was a part of. I could use this kind of thing later in my profession. So that's when I started to realize I can use this kind of thing, this kind of expertise to have a job or to have a career in this area.
Very good, very good. It's funny when we discover what will be our profession. How did I decide to be a physiotherapist? I moved to Juiz de Fora when I was 16 years old. And here in my city, the vestibular, it's like you make the vestibular in 3 years. The first one of the high school, the second and the third one. And so you need to prepare to vestibular since you are 16 years old. Then when I moved to Juiz de Fora, I discovered that I have a problem in I have a scoliosis like this. And I need to go to a physiotherapist twice a week and spend 1 hour with her. And I did it for 1 year and a half. And like she became like one of my best friends. And we talked a lot. And sometimes I just want to go to talk, just to having fun with her. Then in the second year of the high school, I did a vocational test, teste vocacional. And I knew that I would like to be from health area, and I didn't know which profession. And yes, a nurse or a physiotherapist, a nurse or a physiotherapist. Then I remember about this woman. Then I said, yes, I wish I could be like this woman from other women. And yes, that's the way that I decided to be a physiotherapist.
How old were you?
How old I am nowadays?
No, how old were you when you found out?
17. Not so young. And you, Jeff, when did you decide to be a economic? How can I say this?
Economist.
Economist, yes.
Yeah, economist, yeah. It's something curious. I did a electrical course in high school. I did Escola Técnica, né? Electronics. And that time I loved mathematics, I loved history, and I loved financial. But I have a grant to study English. I didn't pay the course. I studied for 5 years in English. And my dream was to be a diplomat. And I think what I must do, not engineer. I can't be engineer. I must study something different. And I had been in Brasilia with a lot of guys from diplomat. I talked with them a lot. And I discovered that if I can do economics and to be a good diplomat. But I needed to study other languages. And I remember that time, I have a lot of students in Goiás from Latin America, El Salvador, Paraguay, Uruguay, etc. And I study a lot Spanish with them. And I have a friend of mine that died, that living in Paris, and I studied French with him for a long time. I have 3 courses. And I used to study German from 5 months, but I didn't like it. And I decided to do economics. And I remember I'm going to do economics and try to be a diplomat. But I loved so much the course of economics. And I interacted a lot with professors that they said to me, you must be a professor. And I did this, my master's degree, my doctorate.
Yeah.
Here, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I'm very happy. I love to do what I'm doing, especially now that I'm putting my knowledge for a business consultant. It's very interesting. When we work with companies, when you see the companies with a lot of problems, and you can solve the problems. Our companies to be M&A, mergers and acquisitions, for example. And I love to do this.
Yes, very nice, very nice. I really like to listen to the stories from when we decided to really change our life or really something really important.
The Turning Point in English. The best book, Turning Point. You must read.
Yes, very good. And you, Heide, when you decided to be a product engineer?
Yes, production engineer. When I was younger and teenager, I always played soccer. My dream was to be professional player soccer, but I tried until my 17 years old. I played in some teams. I travel a little, play soccer. But when I completed 17 years old, my father talked with me. Hey, Heider, I think it's better you start to do Senai. Just a minute, please.
Okay, no worries.
My dog, a little noise.
Yeah.
My father talked with me. Hey, Heider, you are with 17 years old. You didn't get an opportunity in a team. I think it is interesting you start to do Senai. And I started Senai in 2006. And after that, I like this mechanical area, the shop floor, automobilist area. And after that, I changed my mind and start to study in this area, start my university, and now I am in this position.
Very good, very good. So I really like to listen your stories, guys. Thanks for sharing. Let's go to the question number 6. Do you have another professional work in mind that you want to make true in the future? Or like, do you want to work with something different or like a second job, not a main job, but a second one? I will start. In the past like 3 years, I decided that I wish I have any franquia, something that it's specially organized and it's independent of the area, like something to eat or to sell something. But I stored that it's already organized and someone who tells me, Anna, you need to do this, and everything like organized. And I just need to give the money and organize a little bit. And yes, more money coming. But I cannot say that it's like a dream, but it's something that I wish, but not a lot. And it's not in my recent plans anymore.
It can be a Boticário store.
No.
You can even, it's a franchise.
Yeah, franchise. Yes, franchise.
You can open a Boticário store.
Yeah, maybe. And you, how do you have some other area that you?
Not another area, but I want to have my own. I want to start my own project. I don't know if I can say my own business, but I want to have a side project to work in this digital universe. I'm actually working on that right now, and I want to monetize it eventually sometime. But I don't see myself in another area or doing something really different. I have my personal projects, and I want to have my own digital business. Okay, let's put it in these words, but in the same area, not that different or not that far from what I do today.
Very good, very good. And you, Heide, do you have some other area?
So, change of the area, no, but similar, Raul, I have some projects, and now with my fiancée, we intend to start the project in the next year. My fiancé like a lot make cílio, sobrancelha, I don't know the name in English, and she started to study some things about, and now we live in other city. I think it's a good place to invest in this, and I have this plan to have something with my fiancé. Because now she works in Embraer also. She started to work there recently, but she works on shop floor and production. And I would like in the future to have my project with her.
Very good, very good. And you, Jeff, do you have something to the future, to your professional life?
No, just continue what I'm doing. I'm working a lot with artificial intelligence. For me, that's so good, with Power BI and so on, this kind of thing. And a lot of research that I love to do. But just another professional, no.
No.
Just to rest, to feel good, to feel free, to travel, something like this.
Yeah. Yes. Very good. So guys, our time is over and I have to talk a little bit with you guys. So we'll finish the live.